Thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So, two things I want to address and get out of the way. Yes, I have acne, so we don't need to address it or say anything about it. I'm well aware. Second, if the audio is terrible, I am very, very sorry. Last week, I was halfway through filming some videos and realized my microphone wasn't working. It wasn't picking up any sound, so that was really frustrating, and I had to go buy a new mic, and that is what I'm testing out, I guess. I'm using on this one, so sorry if it sounds like absolute garbage. With that being said, let me just jump into today's topic. Today I am reacting to a video from this guy. I can't say his channel's name because it's just far too embarrassing to say it. And it's embarrassing not on my part, but on his part, because that's what he chose to name his channel, and he's going with it. He's sticking with it. So we can, commend his commitment to the cringe. So the video is entitled, "Are Healthy Choices Too Expensive?" And this has been a topic that comes up a lot more than you would think. And I've gotten comments, I hate to say it, very ignorant comments. These people are just very lucky that they've never had to live in within the poverty, lines, and they've always had access to good food, good quality food. They've always had the means to be able to afford good food. And if they haven't and they're saying these things, it's beyond insensitive, beyond ignorant. It's like, if you've lived that way, it's hard. So why are you saying it's easy now? My conclusion from that is that they've never, struggled, and lucky for them. That's great. They've never had to struggle in that area. And also that probably means that no one in their life has had to struggle. So good for them. Not good for them is saying the shit that they say. I will say I have watched this video already and I have taken some notes. I am trying out a little bit different format in that regards. See how it goes. The pre-watching with some pre-made notes. Maybe I'll stay organized. Probably not. So let's just jump right into, are healthy choices too expensive? So I have omitted the first minute and 22 seconds of the video because it is an completely irrelevant rant that he goes on about doctors and the medical system, and kind of saying things like he says that doctors are just taught by the system, but that's the case for every profession. I mean, if he is a qualified, certified personal trainer, any education in nutrition, anything like that, that's the system teaching you. So it doesn't need to be included because it is irrelevant to the point of this video.
I just got a double cheeseburger, small fries, and a large Diet Coke at McDonald's for $3.25. So please stop fat shaming or blaming the single mom of two working for $7.25 an hour for her unhealthy choices, or high blood pressure when non-organic raspberries are $9 a pound at Walmart.
Okay, so if fruit, specifically raspberries in this instance, are too expensive, they're probably not in season. So wait for the price to drop when they come into season. Buy what is seasonal. So I did a little digging. 6 ounces of raspberries, which is the normal size that you typically see in a grocery store. Now at Walmart currently, and by currently I mean when I watched this video and made these notes, non-organic were $3.48 per 6 ounce, and organic was $4.86 for 6 ounces. Raspberries aren't in season. So yeah, I wouldn't pay that. Also, why are we comparing a full meal? She got a cheeseburger, fries, and a drink. That's a full meal. And we are comparing it to a simple snack of some raspberries. You're comparing apples and oranges. And yes, they're both food, but they're not comparable. And he proceeds to insult her yet again. So we can skip over that.
If you're a doctor and you're going to McDonald's for a double cheeseburger, a small fries, and a Diet Coke, you're a doctor. You're a medical doctor and you're going to get fast food.
A person's profession shouldn't dictate where and what they eat, and where they eat does not diminish their credibility within that profession. It's just food. We all have to eat.
You see how little many doctors know about nutrition, or what the fuck? Okay, great. Well, there's the first red flag.
I'm fairly certain that this Emily Doctor person is well aware that McDonald's is not healthy. In fact, I don't think you will meet a person who will, with full confidence and the facts to back it up, say that McDonald's is healthy. No one is saying that. I don't think that is not the point of what she said. I think the point is, this is so cheap, this is expensive, why are we demonizing a parent or just a person who's trying to survive? Why are we demonizing them for simply surviving, and if they are a parent, trying to take care of their children, trying to feed their children?
So please stop fat shaming or blaming the single mom of two for her $7.25 an hour for her unhealthy choices or high blood pressure when non-organic raspberries, come on, my fucking brain. Yeah, I don't think it's $3.25 at McDonald's. I don't go to fast food, but I call bullshit on that being $3.25. Even after, like, even on the dollar menu, there's no fucking way. If you get, let's say all those three things are on a dollar menu, and I don't think a large soda is on the dollar menu, 1, 2, 3, it ain't gonna be $3.25 with taxes and shit. Get out of here. Those things are bullshit. Who's making $7 an hour? What's the lowest minimum wage in the country? Just saying. I'm not saying inflation's not a thing. It's not gonna, raising minimum wage is definitely not gonna be it's definitely not the answer. That's for damn sure. That's terrible.
It really does not matter what the lowest minimum wage is. People still live within the poverty limits. It doesn't matter. People do not have access to the education, even just like the basic education of nutrition. And some people just don't have the time to. Some people, again, are just trying to survive. It's really sad that people who do not know anything about nutrition automatically think that organic is healthy, is healthier. Always the healthy choice is organic. There are some fruits and vegetables, very few, that the organic one may have a few extra little nutritional benefits. But at the end of the day, they're non-organic and organic are relatively equal in nutritional value. You do not have to eat organic to be healthy. You can eat organic and still be unhealthy, because what else are you eating?
Where do you start with this? First, this doctor's like, you have no place to talk. You have nowhere to speak from if you're a medical doctor and you're eating at McDonald's. And I will say that if you are, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm done with this. Make better choices. Here's what I'm going to say.
So he says he's going to talk about it, and he doesn't even talk about it. He just proceeds to insult and put down the medical system, this particular doctor, and then people who can barely make a living wage. He doesn't say anything. He's like, I'm done talking about it. You haven't talked about it yet. You haven't even started.
You got $10. Okay? You have a choice of where to get your food, don't you? Right? You have a choice. Where to get your food from. You have a fucking choice. She looks like someone that's like in like a modeling like thing. And she's like with like her hair. She looks like one of those like little twinks on TikTok.
You can tell he really has nothing of substance to say, because now he's going after her looks. And how a person looks has nothing to do with their credibility. But let's talk about this $10 scenario that he has presented to us. When you are living in poverty, of course, there's always a choice. And their choices are much different than his and my choices. He and I have the freedom to use that $10 and, we could spend it in one go for food, or we have the choice to spend it on food that we can last for a few days, a week, depending on what we buy. A person living in poverty has different choices than that. They have the choice to pay their rent, keep a roof over their head and their kids' heads, pay their electric bill, to have heat in the winter. Use that $10 to be able to know that their kid or kids are going to eat that night. Their lives are much different than his and mine. And I'm very grateful for that. I don't know if he is, because he seems to think everyone has the choice to live as he does. And that is not a privilege that the vast majority of Americans have. Someone left a comment on one of my videos where I talked about the price of eating healthy. Their comment basically said something like, go buy a turkey, go buy potatoes, go buy something, and that'll feed a family for a week. Whole turkey is not that cheap. So what are you talking about? Where are these people getting that money? Here's the thing that people who have never dealt with this kind of struggle, they don't take into consideration. They don't take into consideration the refrigeration. Okay, so a person buys all these ingredients. How are they supposed to keep it fresh when they don't have lights, when they don't have electricity, when all they can do is maybe pay enough to keep a roof over their head for the next month? How are they supposed to do that? Some places don't even have a refrigerator. So you're telling people to go buy all this food to just watch it spoil. How is this person supposed to cook? They could go to a fast food and buy pre-cooked, pre-made food to be able to put on the table for their children and their families to eat. They might not even have a stove. They might have like a hot plate. But without electricity, how are they supposed to plug it in? They have choices. And most people choose to at least have a home, pay rent, feed their kids. How are they supposed to get to this food, this healthy, high quality food, when they live in poverty and the closest thing they have is a corner store and a fast food restaurant? They might have the money to buy McDonald's, but they might not have bus fare. They have a choice and they choose to feed their kids. Quality of food in poverty-stricken areas. There is a price to living, and some people just want to keep living. And that means eat. It's classist, ignorant people like this that it infuriates me, because they're so ungrateful for what they have. They'll say they're grateful, but then also say things like this. That's ignorant. It's just so ignorant. I hate to say it, but that's what it is. It's great that he's never had to struggle in this area. And it's great that no one in his life and no one he's come into contact with has had to struggle either. That's great for them. Don't speak on things you don't know anything about, because it makes you sound like an idiot. And also, you didn't say shit in this video. You didn't make any points. You did not have any got her moments. You insulted her profession. You insulted the industry that she works in. You insulted her looks. That's nothing of quality. You have contributed nothing. And now I'm angry. And I'm going to end the video here. So thank you so much for clicking on the video. I apologize for my mini hiatus. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. I don't mind. If you are not subscribed already, please consider subscribing, and be sure to hit the notification bell to stay notified of all future uploads. If you have any comments, questions, video suggestions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to go follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!